morning, Kevin. Well, last season, Paul George...
What a story. David, thank you. And they'll have some minutes to make up for it with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Cousins in at the 5. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. George passes to Cousins. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
And here is Doncic after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Porzingis passes to Kleba. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Morris. Passes it to Beverley. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Morris kicks to Beverley. Richardson against George.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
And Doncic gets it to go.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Outside, George. To the paint, and stolen by Richardson. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And stolen by Cousins. Inside. Here's Beverley. Los Angeles with another miss.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for the Mavericks. Stolen by Beverley. And here we go. Fast break. Beverley's got it. Here's Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Doncic against Beverley. Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Kleba, the pass to Doncic. Back to Kleba. Nice D from Cousins. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 1. And the shot goes in. George has got 5 points so far.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Beverley finds Morris on the left block, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
On the wing, Jackson. To the wing right side. Wide open look here for Zubac. Nice open look, but it's no good. Powell, the pass to Cauley Stein. That one falls.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Clippers trail by 3. And here's Rondo. Now the pass to Kennard. Zubac kicks to Rondo. To the inside, Morris. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. 6 points for him.
Now you can't leave someone open around Rondo. He'll find them.
Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Redick with the rebound.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Rondo. Jackson from long range. The shot off that time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
We've got Luke Kennard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's man in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Just 5 on the clock. From 11 feet away, and that one comes up a bit short. The Clippers trail. To the middle. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Zubac the pass to man. Now here's Jackson. Burke covering. Pass to Zubac. 9 feet out. Great positioning on the putback. Man's got the lead up to 1 now for Los Angeles.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Beverly dishes to Cousins. Misses the layup. Dallas shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. And it's Doncic missing. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys, they're hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
George looking over the floor. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Here's Doncic. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And how about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. Melly is checked in for Dallas. Rondo kicks to Batum. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Doncic against Rondo. Here's Finney-Smith. Great D that time from Leonard. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Outside Rondo, he dishes it to George. 1:07 left in the first half of basketball.
Well, keep it or dish it. Those are the decisions Paul George is trying to make, and he makes the right one there.
Doncic outside. Melly passes to Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Leonard kicks to Rondo. Dishes to Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Brunson scanning the floor. To the paint. Here's Powell. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Man passes to Morris. Over Cauley Stein. Offensive rebound. Here we go, one-on-one. Brunson, good. Brunson's got 6 points.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 13 points. And Kenny, along with the incredible production. And that'll do it for our.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you know he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways Leonard can hurt you offensively.
And Doncic, here we go. Pass to Finney-Smith. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
The drive by Doncic, and Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
George passes to Leonard. And the layup falls. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Porzingis can't hit.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
And it's George finishing it off.
Well, you got to have just great ball control when you're making a move like that, and Paul George definitely has the handles.
Here's Doncic. And he gets the whistle. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Doncic outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And George with the stuff.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
Beverly against Doncic. Richardson outside. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Leonard looking around. Ripped away. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Well, Richardson doing a great job in transition. Has good speed. That time accelerates in the open floor.
Outside Leonard. That one drops for him. Leonard's got 8 points in the quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
The pass to Richardson. 32 seconds left to play in the third. And Doncic throws it down.
Good recognition from the 2-guard. Richardson demonstrating remarkable initiative to get that pass over.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Morris. Outside George. Clock at 6. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. Morris has got 14 points for the game.
That's the man you want running into the pick and roll. It's Paul George at the helm. He's got the ball and makes a great play.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Clippers lead by 2 and will return shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kennard is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Rondo in at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Kennard finds Zubac.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Rondo passes to Zubac. And he lays it straight in. Zubac has got his first points of the game.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Here's Brunson. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Zubac, the pass to Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Rondo kicks to Kennard. For the 3. It's not going to go for him. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Finney Smith. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Back to Rondo. Yep, that one goes in there.
The understanding that Rondo's showing right now in the pick and roll is setting up some great opportunity.
Doncic against Rondo. And Doncic, here we go. No good that time. Great D that time from Batum. Now the Clippers moving it up. Pass to Zubac. Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Count that bucket. Doncic has got 10 points here in the second half.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Zubac, the pass to Kennard. Outside Rondo, kicks it to Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. He gets that one.
Yeah, clutch basket, even with him being on the short end of the stick, size-wise.
Sometimes it just comes down to sheer will, taking challenges head on because you need those points.
Doncic against Rondo. And Doncic throws it down.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Now, here's Kennard. He's guarded closely. Outside, Batum. Jackson kicks to Zubac. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 2.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Rondo against Doncic. And that one is good. Doncic has got it all tied up now for the Mavs.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Kennard kicks to Rondo. Jackson against Richardson. Outside Jackson. Feeds it to Batum. Outside Rondo. They get it back. Money!
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The pass to Richardson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Josh Richardson continuing to develop his overall game, has such good height at the 2-guard spot.
So he gets them both.
And you just have to understand that hours and hours of practice mean that clutch free throws become easy.
It's George on the wing. And Cousins kicks to Morris. Back to Cousins. Outside, George. It's good.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. A 2-point game. To take the lead. Knocks it loose. George hacks a 2-pointer. Misses.
Well, Porzingis with that huge win.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it. The Nuggets are not holding anything back in the wardrobe department as they made their entrance tonight. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the one. And for Denver, we've got Aaron Gordon. He's out there with Jokic. Porter is out there with Rivers. Right now, both these sides dealing with injuries. We won't be seeing either of them at 100%.
I agree with you, Kevin. It's been tough for both of these teams as they work through their rotations due to the injury bug. Credit goes to not only the coaches for trying to plug the holes and manage their rosters, but to the players. You know, when you're a pro, even if you're not initially in the rotation, you've got to always be ready to go. And these guys have stepped up well, the reserves.
Here's Zubac. That shot, no good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Back to Jokic. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
Good job there, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Jokic. Up and in on the layup. Jokic has got his second basket.
Jokic doing a nice job getting right to the spot and capitalizing, taking advantage of the high percentage shots.
Zubac, the pass to Jackson. Back to Zubac. Good on the bucket.
You know, with that kind of height mismatch, you've got to send help defensively.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. There's the dish to Rivers. Porter against Leonard. Porter passes to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Well, I like the fact that Gordon shows you nice skill there in picking apart the defense on the screen and roll.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But, again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
And Gordon's eyebrows go up when he sees an opportunity to drop the hammer. This guy is a phenomenal athlete who throws it down with some major force.
The drive by Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that.
Absolutely. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Jackson. Poked loose. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Rivers kicks to Harrison. In the corner, it's Gordon. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And Gordon is a guy who's used to being bodied. I mean, he just kind of plays through it, shrugging off the contact and ignoring it, really.
Here's George. And that one, good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Harrison. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Rivers with it. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. And Cousins throws it down.
Hey, you're looking for a strong finish? Then Cousins is your man. Nicely done, positioning himself on that break.
Green dishes to Rivers. Cousins against Green. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. JaVale McGee's checked in for Green. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. It's Rivers on the wing. Kennard covering. Here's Millsap. Banked in off the glass.
Love watching Millsap go to work inside. He's a pretty smooth operator in the paint. Good footwork, good strength, and good touch.
Now Rondo. Here's Mann. Over Gordon.
Commendable effort that time by Gordon on the defensive end. Really makes the extra effort to get to the shot.
And so the first quarter comes to a close. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, to be honest.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Boy, I like the aggressive nature they're playing with here. Not playing soft at all. They're going right at them.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Paul Millsap out there with Gordon, and there's JaVale McGee. And it's Rivers, and it's Harrison in at the one spot. And the pass to McGee. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Cousins.
I think McGee's been working on that one. I mean, you don't just come up with that off the top of your head, boy. You got to think that one through.
Kennard against Millsap, and Batum throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And it's McGee with the jam.
I like the fact that McGee not just going through the motions here. I mean, setting a good solid screen, timing his roll perfectly. That's basketball 101 there.
Rondo passes to Mann. Yep, that one goes. The Nuggets trail. Here's Harrison. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Batum against Gordon. McGee dishes to Rivers. 5 on the clock. Another shot. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Passes it to Rondo. He kicks it to Cousins. Back to Rondo. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also, how about the willingness to attack the basket and challenge the defense here tonight?
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Rajon Rondo. Harrison passes to Jokic. Pulls up, high post, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
Boy, the mid-range J of Jokic, I like it a lot. I mean, you got to D this guy up from that area, or he'll scorch you.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They got to offer more resistance here.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut back down to just 2 points. The basket there coming from Zubac. Pass to Harrison. Now Jokic. The Nuggets moving the ball around. The kick out to Porter. Denver needs to get off a shot. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. And the Clippers making a change here. 32 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Jackson up top over Harrison. Another one falls for the Clippers.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Dishes it to Porter. The Nuggets with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And now we'll send it over to...
Hey, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, back. Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola Jokic? Jamal Murray said there's really nothing he can't do. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Reggie Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Rivers passes to Jokic. Lets it fly. And no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Leonard finds Morris. Here's George. Offensive rebound. He dishes it to Morris. Left side, George goes up again. And they convert it last on attempt number 3. And it's a 4-point Clipper lead. Nugget shooting has been brilliant in this game, 67% for the floor. Porter looking it over. He feeds it to Gordon. Puts up a 3. Jokic kicks to Rivers. There's the triple. Morris with the rebound.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to?
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, three guys that, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Kennard. Lets the three fly. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Kennard's got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
Now, here's Kennard. Down low, Batum takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Batum's got the lead back up to 9 now for Los Angeles. Kicks to Porter. The dish to Gordon. Campazzo. That three off the mark. Here's Los Angeles now, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. The shot by George, no good.
Well, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
And it's Gordon missing.
Sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense. Yeah, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Gordon, the pass to Porter. Lob pass to Gordon. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Throws it up high, and George with the stuff.
I tell you what, mind-blowing experience when you look at Paul George as a dunker. This guy makes alley-oops look easy.
Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
And here's Rondo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Inside, George. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
So both teams making some changes here.
And if you want to talk about the best two-way players in the NBA, George's name would be high on the list for sure. I mean, that's the kind of presence he has at both ends of the court.
The pass to Rivers. Stolen by Jackson. And now the Clippers on the break. Outside for George. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Monte Morris is checked in for the Nuggets. Passes it to Green. Rivers with it. And it's good, 2 points. Rivers has got his first bucket in this one. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Jokic is out there with Green. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Rivers. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Jokic. And that one hits back iron. Clippers leading by 12. Leonard kicks to George. And the shot is good.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
Rivers dishes to Green. Back to Rivers. Pass to Jokic. Stolen by Zubac. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. And it's Millsap with the ball for Denver. Lobbed up there for Green. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
It's Rivers on the wing. Millsap passes to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down hard.
Jokic showing you the benefits of that work in the weight room. Muscling right through the defender.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Jackson kicks to Beverly. Just 4 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. They get it back. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Beverly wide open. Los Angeles with another miss.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Rivers in the corner. Porter against Leonard. Unloads from 13. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 14 points. Jackson looking around. Pass to man. Now the pass to Zubac. To the inside. Millsap with the steal. Free throw line jump shot. And again, Denver no good.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
The Nuggets trail by 11. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Jokic kicks to Rivers. Jokic on top, guarded by Jackson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Jokic has a nice shot fake and did a good job that time getting the defenders up in the air and drawing the foul.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Los Angeles making a switch here. Clippers leading by 9. Outside, George. Back to Rondo. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
The kick out to Porter. Gordon, and the second chance effort by Gordon.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical to sky up for the board.
Right side, Rondo. Outside, Leonard. We've got 1:08 left in the game. Here's George, and it's sent back by Jokic.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
Porter kicks to Rivers. To the middle. Here's Jokic. Great D that time from Leonard. Left side Rondo. Outside Leonard trying to end the drought. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Outside Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's Kawhi Leonard with the three. And now a 12-point Clipper lead.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
9 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Rondo with it. The tray. It drops.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Jokic is out there with Gordon, and it's Rivers. Then it's Michael Porter. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. Here are the Mavericks now. Doncic looking it over. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
Now here's Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. And they double up Gordon. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Now here's Doncic, guarded closely. Kleber, the pass to Doncic. Back to Kleber. There's the pass to Porzingis. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, I think you can see the strength that Porzingis has been developing over the early part of his career. That progress is showing up on a nightly basis.
To the paint, here's Jokic. Porzingis with the block, and he's able to get it back. Shot clock at 6. Porter dishes to Gordon. Goes back up. Jokic trying to free himself up, and it's laid in by Gordon.
Well, you see the poise of Aaron Gordon at this point. He knows under duress of the shot clock, he is their best option.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent, and now credit Porzingis because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be. Well, this is all Aaron Gordon needs, right? Just a little space to run and forget about it.
Doncic outside. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now here's Gordon. The dish to Rivers. Back to Gordon. That shot missing, and it's Dallas the other way. Richardson kicks to Doncic. Here's the teardrop. It's hauled in by Gordon. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. Trailing by 2. Jokic passes to Rivers. Jokic trying to free himself up. Porzingis with the block.
This guy showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime. Just leave it at the rim and let the big man do the rest. KP with the nice finish.
And so here's Denver. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Gordon the pass to Porter. Kicks it to Rivers. Lays it up off the glass.
You love seeing Austin Rivers play in the pick and roll. Very seldom will he make a mistake orchestrating this look.
Doncic left side. Here's Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Well, you have got to love the versatility of Kristaps Porzingis. Unbelievable shooting touch at 7'3", can also be a monster on the defensive end. Good luck, future of the NBA.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Now, here's Green. Millsap passes to McGee. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Powell, that's good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Rivers passes to Harrison. Passes to McGee. Rivers in the corner. Porzingis with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, you can see Tim Hardaway is in his element right now. This guy, a solid transition player. He knows where to get to.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
So on the floor for Denver, they've got Harrison, Paul Millsap out there with Green, and there's JaVale McGee. And it's Rivers in at the shooting guard. 5 to shoot. Green dishes to McGee. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Alley-oop try. It's deflected. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Trey Burks checked in for J.J. Redick. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. That one good for 2. Cauley-Stein's got the lead up to 10 now for Dallas.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And stolen by Burke. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, let's see the vertical of Mr. Hardaway. Go ahead, sir. Pretty dunk.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And, Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Millsap against Cauley-Stein. Millsap dishes to McGee. They kick it out to Green. Here's Millsap, and Millsap slams it in.
How many times have we seen Millsap throw it down? We've known about his leaping ability for years.
Brunson scanning the floor. On the wing, Hardaway. McGee with the block. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Harrison, guarded by Hardaway. Green against Brunson. And it's Green missing. Mavericks leading by 10. And here we go. Fast break. Burks got it. And good that time.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Luka Doncic comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Richardson in for Jalen Brunson. Poked away. Kleber with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Here's Richardson. Porter pulls it in. The Nuggets trail by 13. Outside Gordon. Millsap passes to Gordon. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Gordon's got 6. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also, at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Pass to Gordon. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic, to the middle. Jokic kicks to Gordon. Clock at 6. Offensive rebound. Millsap dishes to Gordon. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Jokic passes to Porter. Jokic trying to free himself up. Right side Millsap. Pass to Porter. Gordon deciding where to go with it. And another shot. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Richardson. Jokic against Doncic. Good work defensively by Millsap. Dishes to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Well, you have to admire the strength of Aaron Gordon. This guy is adept at finding his way through intense defense.
Up top, Doncic, defended by Gordon, and Doncic hits it to go.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Porter kicks to Gordon. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Porzingis.
Well, what you love about Aaron Gordon, he's got strength, athleticism, and a high motor. This guy can make tough shots.
And that concludes the first half. The map. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. And Shaq. And that should...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Well, you got to like what Aaron Gordon has done in this game.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
His power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. The Nuggets trail by 10. Back to Rivers. And there's the pass to Jokic. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Richardson with it, now guarded by Porter. Porzingis looking it over. Here's Doncic. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Porzingis with the steal. Chalk up 2 there. Porzingis has got 8 points.
Boy, what a display of toughness from Kristaps Porzingis. He's a rock down low.
Now the dish to Porter. He kicks it to Rivers. Puts it up from 12. Porzingis with the rebound.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Finney-Smith. Rebound by the Nuggets. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Burke in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Denver also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Michael Porter. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Austin Rivers. Inside, and stolen by Cauley Stein. McGee with the block. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. The drive by Gordon, and it's Gordon with the finish.
Wow, the tenacity of Aaron Gordon, the athleticism is just amazing.
Passes it to Burke. Doncic against Gordon. Doncic, no good.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Outside Gordon. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits. 17 points in the game.
Wow, incredibly quick feet of Aaron Gordon. This guy excels at seeing lanes to the rim and taking advantage.
Richardson kicks to Burke. And it's sent back by Jokic. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Hardaway comes in for Luka Doncic. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Trey Burke. Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. JaMychal Green comes in for Jokic. Campazzo, Brunson covering. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Brunson with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Down low. Here's Powell. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You love how Powell goes to work on the block, muscles his way to establish himself and deliver.
Out to the right wing. Campazzo. Brunson covering. Back to Harrison. To the inside. Kicks it out to Gordon. Fires the 3. That shot misses. Now Dallas takes it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And Hardaway gets it to go.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
The Nuggets trail by 12. Pass to Harrison. Campazzo. Brunson covering. Kleber with the rebound. No good. And so it's Dallas. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Denver. Rivers out there with Harrison. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then it's JaMychal Green. And it's Porter. And at the 3, the small forward. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Nuggets. A 12-point game. Porter passes to Harrison. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And he makes both free throws.
And there have been some to compare Porter to Kevin Durant. Really a fluid shooter who also possesses amazing athleticism.
Now here's Brunson. Outside, Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. Some nice passing here by Dallas. The shot by Redick, no good. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Millsap finds Porter. There's Harrison. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
And here's Brunson. And it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap, for his size, a pretty good rim protector.
Richardson, he's checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. The Nuggets trail by 8. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. Outside, Porter. And finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
Picked his pocket. Here we go, all alone. Campazzo drops in the breakaway layup. And now it's just a 4-point Maverick lead.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
And pushing it up, here's Denver. Rivers passes to Jokic. Back to Rivers. Pass to Jokic. Over Porzingis. Inside. Just 5 to shoot. Millsap finds Jokic. Here's Rivers. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Richardson, good.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
The pass to Rivers. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Porter. Guarded by Hardaway. Porter passes to Jokic. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Yeah, big call there on the goaltend. He just didn't get to it soon enough. Boy, that's a tough break.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Hardaway. And a switcher also for Denver. Gordon's checked in for Paul Millsap. Kleber, rebound by the Nuggets. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Back to Porter. Passes it to Jokic. He dishes it to Gordon. Here's Rivers, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Mavericks leading by 4. Doncic outside. Pass to Kleber. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, you want to continue to build the lead, so a very productive trip to the line right there.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
To the middle. Money!
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
It's Richardson on the wing. Over Gordon. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Porter passes to Jokic. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Shoots the three. Denver gets it back. Rivers dishes to Gordon. Launches a three. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. From deep. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. the city of Dallas. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. Doncic finds Kleber. Fires from deep. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Jackson looking around. Kleber with the rebound.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
So it's Richardson with the jam.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking. You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Leonard on the wing. Back to Jackson. Comes up empty from 8 feet.
You're not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
A pass to Porzingis. Dives for it. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And George kicks to Jackson. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
Doncic with it. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Jackson. Now here's Rondo. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Down low. There's the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. The shot. Dallas, no good that time either. Clippers trail by 7. Shot to stop the run. And the dunk by Zubats.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
George with no one around. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. George has got 5. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. And Cousins throws it down.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Brunson up top. He's covered by Rondo. And again, Dallas turns it over. And the Mavericks with some changes. Cauley Stein comes in for Porzingis. And it's Burke in for Tim Hardaway Jr. The Clippers also changing it up. Mann's checked in. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Back to Beverley. The pass to Kennard. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Redick with the three. They get it again.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Beverley, the pass to Kennard. And Beverley kicks to Kennard. Shot clock at 5. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. 12 seconds left to play here in the first. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Quick first step. Beverley showing he's not just a three-point shooter at the offensive end.
Both free throws good from Beverley. 8 seconds left here in the opening quarter. With 2 seconds left. It's a tie game in Dallas. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what...
this game, it's
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping... Oh, what a play!
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Pass to Mann. Back to Beverley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Cousins gets it to go.
When Beverley first entered the league, he struggled to read the action in pick and roll. Now it's a different story.
Now here's Burke. Kennard covering. Burke can't get it to go. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Mann passes to Cousins. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know, when we talk about DeMarcus, we talk about his temper, but also his relentlessness on the offensive end, unmatched.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Burke. Los Angeles leading by 3. Here's Morris. Finished off the break.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Doncic passes to Kleber. To the paint, and stolen by Cousins. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Leonard. Jackson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Doncic against Beverley.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
And Cousins kicks to Beverley. Back to Cousins. There's Jackson with the 3. The shot that time not on target. Good work defensively by Richardson. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Doncic against Beverly. Down low. Here's Morris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Rondo passes to Zubac, and that one is off.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Richardson, and the call on the shot sends him to the line.
We talk a lot about second-round picks coming in and making a difference. Josh Richardson is one of those guys, and he was rewarded financially for it.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
George finds Leonard. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Zubac against Porzingis. 5 on the clock. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
And it's sent back by Leonard. Rondo looking around. Zubac kicks to Morris. Leonard with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. Morris, no good. Mavericks trail by 3. Richardson gets a wide open look. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
This is the thing about Richardson. Off the bounce, he doesn't need to get to the basket to get his points.
Passes it to Leonard. 34 seconds left to play here in the half. Rondo passes to Zubac. Leonard attacking.
See, that's a solid effort on the defensive glass. You need guys who are willing to work, willing to get their hands dirty inside.
That puts them in the lead. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Trying to get something going. Nice D from Porzingis. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground. And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Reggie Jackson. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the 5.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside Leonard. Doncic against Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Makes it off the glass.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Now, here's Doncic. 7 points in the game. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Doncic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And stolen by Richardson. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 5-point Maverick lead.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Here's George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Porzingis.
The homecoming for Paul George. Playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Redick comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Burke in for Richardson. Doncic. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Batum.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half.
Outside Jackson. Count it.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. It's a 1-point game.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
And George with this stuff.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
And here is Doncic, 11 points in the game. Kicks it to Burke. And the pass to Kleba. 6 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Cauley Stein controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Back to Kennard. It's a hand on it. It's good on the putback. Zubac has got 4 points this quarter.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
Pass to Burke. Fires it up. Nails the baby hook.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Jackson against Doncic. Outside, George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 11.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Jackson against Doncic. Good work there as it goes. 13 points in the game.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
George passes to Kennard. Back to George for the tie. They get the rebound. Here's Zubac. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Mavericks leading by 3. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And Kleba slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Jackson passes to George. Back to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
The playmaking of Reggie, a work in progress, but looking good right there.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Porzingis. Richardson is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the power forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Brunson, good.
A heads up on the money pass from Richardson, showing us his all-around game.
Brunson against Rondo. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Hardaway for 3. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Leonard. Banked in off the glass.
You can see the work Kawhi has put into his ball handling. Gets separation almost any time he wants.
Rondo on the double team. Brunson scanning the floor. Pass to Porzingis. With the teardrop. That shot off. Good work defensively by Morris. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Beverly. And the layup is good.
You see the quickness of Beverly, blinding speed in the inside.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. They lead by 1. Good work defensively by Morris. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And stolen by Richardson. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Runs in the pass to Finney Smith. The shake. And it's good on the way in. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Outside Rondo. The feed to Morris. Over Porzingis. Misses off the left iron.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
Clippers trail by 3, and they're moving it up. Here's Morris, and oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. And it's the Mavericks on the break. In the corner, Hardaway with it. And 2 free throws coming up, unable. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
And it's good for 2. Doncic has got 10 points here in the second half.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing and able to take control. Big bucket.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Doncic passes to Kleber. Back to Doncic. Shot clock at 6. Over Jackson. They grab their own miss. Out to Hardaway. The 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Jackson. Nobody near Leonard. Good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Doncic against Jackson. In the corner, it's Kleber. Back to Doncic. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Back to George. The 3. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Dallas with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Here's Richardson. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And what a motor. Porzingis is an all-star talent who is also willing to do the dirty work.
Morris dishes to Leonard. Takes a 3. The shot will not fall. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
For the land of the free.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Jokic is out there with Gordon, and it's Rivers, then it's Porter. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's George in at the 2. It's stolen by Morris. One-on-one fast break, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
Pass to Jokic to the left side wing. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
If you go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships, you know, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference. And you know, he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways Leonard can hurt you offensively.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Campazzo guarded by Jackson. And Jokic gets it to go.
Jokic and body control. Hey, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
Passes to Morris. Outside Jackson. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. That one goes. Count it.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Puts it up from 7. Gordon finds Jokic. An easy 2 points on the layup. Jokic has got his second basket of the game.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Jackson passes to Morris. Over Gordon. Zubac with it. Jokic with the steal. Stolen by Jackson. And even 3-on-3 break. And it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
A big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And the athleticism Gordon has poses so many problems for defenders, especially when he's looking to score from there.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. He kicks it to Rondo. The dish now to Cousins. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the defense.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Cousins.
There's just no question about Boogie Cousins and how elite he is as a talent in this league, especially at his position. A bruising, powerful center who could do just about everything you want offensively. Green
against Rondo. Here's Rivers. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
Gordon against Beverly. Kennard kicks to Beverly. Here's Cousins, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Yeah, it's all Boogie right there on the inside. The shot goes up. He knows where he needs to be and settles in nicely.
Gordon against Kennard. And it's Gordon missing. Los Angeles leading by 4. And now the Clippers on the break, 13 feet away. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. The shot's good.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Beverly, the pass to Batum. Outside for Rondo. And here's Kennard. Inside. Batum dishes the... What a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Yeah, sometimes Cousins comes up with these dunks where you go, where did that come from? And there's one for you, wrapped up.
Outside Gordon. To the inside. Here's Green. Gordon controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Denver, Paul Millsap out there with Michael Porter. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Harrison in at the 2 spot.
Man, that was close. Millsap steps up in a big way with the bucket.
Leonard attacking, pass to Zubac. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Batum over Millsap. McGee with the block. Here's Porter. The second effort, and it's sent back by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Here's Harrison. No points in the game yet for him. Millsap kicks to McGee. And it's blocked.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverly. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Count that one. Batum's got his first basket.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, and nice finish on the break.
Back to Harrison. Lays it up and banks it in.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening. And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center. I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Leonard against Porter. Kicks to McGee. No good. That would have tied it. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Harrison scanning the floor. Campazzo. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Up top, Leonard, guarded by Porter. Here's Zubac. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on JaVale McGee. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Here's Jackson following the basket by Jokic. And George, here we go. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
There's the pass to Gordon. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. With the floater, it's hauled in by Paul George.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Jackson. Rebound by the Nuggets. 52 seconds left in the first half. Green, the pass to Gordon. Back to Green. And the rejection by Jackson. In the corner, Kennard with it. And they pick up 2. 27 seconds left now here in the second. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Outside Gordon. 12 seconds left to play in the first half. Just 5 on the clock. Rivers passes to Jokic. 14 feet away. No good.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Clippers ahead. They're up by 6. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a... And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Pass to Morris. Back to Leonard. Left side, George. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Well, on nights where Kawhi Leonard piles up some points, he can make a big mark because of the offensive rebounding prowess.
Leonard brings the double team. Passes it to Porter. Shoots over Zubac. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got his first points in this one.
And just great elevation with the shot. Porter can rise and fire over the top of the defense.
Outside, George. Fades and shoots. No good off the front iron. The Nuggets trail by 4.
The playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Here's Harrison. He dishes it to Rivers. Lays it up off the glass. Rivers has got his second bucket.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Jackson passes to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Rivers finds Jokic. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Harrison. Rivers against Jackson. Pass to Beverly. Back to Jackson. Over in the corner, Beverly. From the arc. The offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now here's Rivers. Back to Harrison. On the wing, Porter. The pass to Jokic, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Leonard. Luke Kennard comes in for Reggie Jackson. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. JaMychal Green comes in for Rivers.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Batum. Now here's Rondo, and he banks in the layup. Now it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, that's a creative pick and roll right there as Rondo is just waiting and toying and puppeting the defense.
Outside Porter. Outside Millsap. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Clippers leading by 5. Outside Rondo. Pass to Kennard. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That'll be his second foul of the game. Denver making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. There's 45 seconds left in the third. Rondo finds George. Misses the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Goes up, and George with the stuff.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
Porter against Kennard. Inside, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Porter against Kennard. Down low, here's Cousins. Misses from short range.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
The third quarter comes to a close. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Taking a look at the Nuggets, they've got Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon out there with Jermichael Green. Then it's Michael Porter. George, no good.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And finished off by Porter.
Well, a big man who can really dish it out. Jokic really reliable, setting up his teammates.
Now Kennard. Outside for George. Passes it to Zubac. Back to George. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Outside Porter, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Rivers, he's checked in for Denver. Los Angeles on D. It's a 5-point game. There's the feed to Gordon. It's stolen by Rondo. Here's George. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. Now, here is Morris. George with the ball. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. The Nuggets trail by 3. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Outside Gordon. 5 to shoot. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
It's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's Gordon penetrating.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 1. Here's George. And it's sent back by Jokic.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Campazzo, covered by Morris. Stolen by Jackson. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard with the ball. Here's George. Can't connect from short range.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Jokic, and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Morris passes to Zubac. He kicks to Jackson. Back to Zubac. Jackson finds Zubac. On the wing, Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Outside Jackson. They need this one. Offensive rebound. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
So it's Denver now, after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Porter. At the tip, Jokic on the follow.
He's simply staying aggressive right now, and Jokic is ready to shoot at the biggest moments.
The Clippers in the lead. 1:10 left to play here in the fourth. And George, here we go, makes it off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Dishes it to Porter. Campazzo, he's covered by Leonard. Back to Porter. And he could not get that one to go. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. The basket counts, and the coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Outside Leonard. George looking around, and an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. That was a fun. The beautiful skyline of Denver, Colorado is our back. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team.
Here we go.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Nuggets, we've got Aaron Gordon. Also Michael Porter's out there. Rivers out there with Jokic. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Here's Doncic. Michael Porter making his last shot. Now here's Doncic, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, you look at Doncic, so confident, even from this area. He knows he can make it happen.
Pass to Rivers. Now Jokic. And here's Rivers. The putback. Porzingis with the rebound. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Finney Smith. And that one drops. For Denver, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. Porzingis against Jokic. Just 5 to shoot. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, I like the fact that Gordon shows you nice skill there in picking apart the defense on the screen and roll.
Doncic outside. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Rivers, and he converts the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Doncic with it. The pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. The Nuggets making a switch here. Harrison's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Gordon, the pass to Porter. Back to Gordon. Passes it to Jokic. Left side, Gordon. Great D that time from Hardaway. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 4-point game. Richardson, no luck. For Denver, they've gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Porzingis with the steal. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. He's looking for Richardson and finds him.
Porzingis has no problem giving the ball up. This is just the kind of unselfishness you like to see.
Jokic kicks to Harrison. Here's Jokic. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now here's Brunson. Here's Powell. And no good on the last second attempt this time. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnover.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got Burke. Cauley Stein is out there with Powell. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. Now here's Burke. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. The Nuggets trail by 4. Harrison passes to Rivers. The dish to Millsap. Double team on Millsap. 6 to shoot. Pass to Harrison. Back to Millsap. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And I think this is where Millsap is most effective. Close to the rim. He has a commanding presence.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Stolen by Rivers. Green against Hardaway. To the paint. Here's Rivers. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And this game is tied up now.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And we're now about 1.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pushing it up. And there's the feed to Millsap. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Denver.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Doncic is subbed in for Trey Burke. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Doncic against Millsap. Here's Cauley Stein. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. Cauley Stein's got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. That one, no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Redick finds Cauley Stein. Outside for Redick. Back to Cauley Stein. Shot clock at 5. Left block shot on the way. And Redick the bucket on the assist from Cauley Stein.
And it's almost as if they knew exactly what the D was going to throw at him on that possession.
Pass to Harrison. And stolen by Redick. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And yes, it's good. And it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Now the pass to Harrison. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. Denver passing it around. Millsap trying to get open. And that one drops for him.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. Powell with the steal. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Now Gordon. Pulls it from the elbow. And Green slams it in.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Back to Harrison. To the middle. Here's Millsap. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside for Redick. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Passes it to Gordon. Green, the pass to Harrison. Just 3 on the clock. No good on that one. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening period. And
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
They've got Porter, Aaron Gordon out there with Jokic, and it's Rivers. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you've got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Porter dishes to Gordon. Back to Porter. Gordon trying to break loose. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 6.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Pass to Kleber. Now here's Porzingis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Porzingis has got the lead back up to 6 now for the Mavs.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Dishes it to Rivers. Down low. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Misses from close range.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Brunson, good.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Rivers scanning the floor. Inside. Here's Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical to sky up for the board.
Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely. He's looking for Kleba and finds him.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Back to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Now here's Brunson. Defense right on him. And here is Hardaway. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Now Rivers, after Tim Hardaway missed from long range. Picked away. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Rivers. Porzingis passes to Kleba, and Kleba slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball, following the score by Dallas. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
And there's the pass to Porzingis, stolen by McGee. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. Campazzo. And Jokic slams it in.
How about that persistence there? Jokic refusing to give up on the glass.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Brunson against McGee. Brunson, good. Brunson's got 4 this quarter.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Porter looking it over. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Mavericks lead by 2. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Trey Burke. He's out there with Luka Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with J.J. Redick. And it's Finney Smith in at power forward. Porter kicks to Millsap. He feeds it to Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. And Millsap slams it in.
Adding new elements to his game. When Gordon is passing it like this, he's hard to guard.
Doncic outside. The steal. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Harrison scanning the floor. Millsap left side. Outside Gordon. Shoots over Doncic. Millsap finds Gordon. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Maxi Kleber comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Richardson in for Burke. Kleber, the pass to Richardson. Up top, Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
Kicks it to Gordon. To the inside. Jokic passes to Gordon. Back to Jokic. That one goes in.
When you let Jokic get comfortable, it's a wrap. It's all over. He's a skilled scorer on the interior.
Doncic outside. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Now just a 1-point Dallas lead.
When it's an important possession, Jokic steps up big.
Now, here's Doncic. Defense is right there. Basket counts.
Luka does not back away from the big stage, guys. This young fella loves to be center stage in the biggest moments.
There's the dish to Porter. To the paint. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Here's Porter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Richardson.
And, you know, when Porter Jr. is healthy, I mean, he's got a lot of game. This guy is versatile. He's got good size. He's a multi-dimensional talent.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Denver.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Doncic outside. And there it is for him.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Pass to Rivers. 1:03 left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Jokic. Goes up from the top of the key. The Nuggets with a new 14. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
35 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Got it!
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack, he really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediate.
Pass to Jokic. There's 10 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Porzingis feeling it out a bit. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. They seem to relish their role as the David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.